My thing is I like it to make sense, and I like it to be different. I don't want, yeah, we can do the squash in the corner. Yeah, we could. You might see me. I'm going to say this publicly, and I don't care who wants to hear it. At OVW, I'm going to probably take more safer, sillier bumps because a lot of those guys who I'm taking a bump from is still learning and going through, and the trust there is not okay. I'll take a squash from them. But when we get to say TNA, I'm going to take, I'm going to take flying cross bodies and clotheslines and things like that. I'm going to take more crazier bumps than I would from, say, somebody at OVW, and that's just the way it is. And also at OVW, I won't, again, a couple of times somebody walks up to me, "Hey, we're going to take a ref bump from who?" I was like, "No, we're going to do it another. We're going to that person can give me a bump instead, and then we'll make it work." And that's just the way it's nothing again. I'm not against taking a bump. It's just that I trust about 10 people there or less, and that's it. So it's TNA trust probably the whole roster. So it's a little different. But I do like when ref bumps are few and far between because I don't want to get to the point where we see them too much. So I would like a ref bump and then not see one for another 3 months. There's nothing wrong with that. Like spread it out. We don't have to see it all the time. I think back in the Attitude Era, though, Earl took one probably every single pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken.
Just like his son.
Yeah. So that's but what's funny is at the time I didn't think it was too overdone. I was expecting it, and they were like, and we do what I have nicknamed. I think a lot of people in the industry is called the Earl, where you crawl and you slow count the 3 or the falsie. So
a ref bump happens every single week on one promotion or another or multiple. I love ref bumps, but I just think now that, and I shouldn't be talking because I was with you, Daniel, but I used to get bumped all the time. It was like it just seemed like that's the way people love to watch me get hit. I don't know, but I honestly think nowadays it's now about lazy booking because there's so many ways around taking a ref bump. And Daniel, this is something that if you're not already, which I'm sure you are, I've got to work with you, so I understand. Me and you used to sit in the back and talk, and we don't really need a ref bump. You know what I mean? Like we don't really need it. There's a way to do it, and how. Let's go to the agent. We went to D'Lo, or we went to Tommy, whatever it was. It was just like we could do this to not have to do this. Tommy's the big bump guy. Like he would say, I like the ref bump. Okay, well, I don't. Like I don't. There's easier ways to get there. But what I'm saying, and I'll shut up and let Jimmy have it. I just think there's so much programming, so much every day that we see it every day, and it absolutely means nothing. And then when you want to do it and make it feel special, like at a big pay-per-view or a Mania or a Slammiversary, it doesn't mean anything anymore. It really doesn't. And I think it comes down to actually booking more than anything else. It's like, oh, we'll hit Jimmy. Let's just knock Jimmy out of the ring, and he can take a bump to the floor. Okay, well, yeah, you can do that. It makes it easier.